Hey, here we are, and hopefully here you are. It's good.
And hopefully here we are, because you can never be sure these days.
Well, welcome to our 5th live stream concert, and we've got all kinds of random and miscellaneous, what have I been calling it, eclecticana to play for you.
I believe you have.
Yeah, I have. Sorry, I made that up. What can I say? We're going to start out with a bit of world traveling. Of all the places that we've been, well, that I've been, because I don't think Mike has been to Uzbekistan yet, have you? I spent so little time, 6 weeks in Uzbekistan, and it felt so much like home by the time I left that I just want to share for you a tune that I picked up while I was there in Uzbekistan, and it's from a part of the country I never even got to. I traveled across from Tashkent to Samarkand, Bukhara, but I never got out in the other direction to the Fergana Valley. And this tune comes from Andijan.
And this takes us back right to the early days when we started playing as a duo, and I only know 3 guitar chords, and there are 4 in this, and I didn't know the 4th one, so I had to play. Tania made me play. Some of you might even remember this. I had to play a little 3-inch tiny
A children's tambourine.
Spanish children's tambourine with a matador on it, which I still have. I don't play it anymore because I played the jingles off it. There's a new term. I played the jingles off my tambourine. So then she made me play the djembe, and I suddenly thought, I'm bored with this. I'm going to try playing guitar, so I'll learn the extra chord, and we'll see what happens. There's no guarantee I'll get it in the right place.
Oh, and then it gets even more complicated,
Yes, it
doesn't
does,
it? Because we're going to segue straight into a tune that I picked up at a Scandinavian session in
Is that
Seattle
where it came from?
years and years ago. And we do this because, while they say music is a universal language, you can get even more specific than that. There's nothing more universal in international music than the polka.
Than a polka with a missing link in this case.
Yes, so here's 2 polkas from Uzbekistan and somewhere in Scandinavia. Ready?
As I'll ever be.
Are you ready? 2, 3, 4. almost exactly the way we practiced it. Yay. Oh, Karina, I'm so glad you managed to stay up. And hi, Sue, my life. Hi, Sue. Which Sue? And William's here. Yay. And Katrina. Hello. Oh, well, so good to see you folks who've been able to join us. I know we're all getting a little burned out on online events, but,
One day.
We have been so enjoying being able to share our music with people from all over the place while we're doing this that, well, that's not to say that we're not looking forward to getting back to the actual on the road, doing some actual theaters instead of our little mock-up here. Do you like my new proscenium curtains? I just added those this time.
Yeah,
they're not there.
We can go hide behind those.
Not quite solid walls, but there you go. So we've been having fun with this whole online thing. And I'm playing
guitar, which I should have handed you.
Here we go.
See how polished we are today.
Polished and slick. That's us.
Did anyone tune this, by the way?
Probably not. So while I tell you all about how wonderful Cat Eggleston is,
I'll go backstage and tune this. No,
we do seem to usually end up playing. Oh, William says looking good and sounding good. Thank you. Yay. We do usually seem to end up playing something by Cat Eggleston because when you got a friend who's a genius musical creator, songwriter, playwright, everything else she does, it's hard not to.
Good job I thought to tune this.
Oh, was it really off?
Sharp as a knife.
Oh, yes. Yes, because I'm afraid while you guys are having a heat wave, well, I'm sure not all of you, but those of you who are listening from the Pacific Northwest having a heat wave, we are here in Alaska having quite a cool day after a warm one yesterday, so
sorry, Kat, we were about to turn your song into a Ukrainian number.
Uh-oh. Oh, Sue Warren, right. Hello, Sue Warren, yay. Okay, and so glad to see that Karina is here in Sweden as well, so we've got people all over the place. And William keeping us on the straight and narrow with our tech and making sure we tuned the octave handily. William is also busily working on a festival appearance that we're doing with William and Felicia.
Because
Tumbleweed Festival.
He's an electronic genius.
He is. Technical wizardry are us.
The secret is out, William. Okay, enough of the tuning, I hope. Let's get to it.
Okay.
Is it?
Uh-oh.
Is it?
I've got to watch the eyebrow meter here.
No. That's sharp.
Yeah,
one of them's sharp. Or one's blunt.
If I steal the tuner from you. Okay, your turn to talk about how wonderful Cat is. You'll probably say the same
I just come up with boring old things like, we tune because we care and because we don't really. But it is why we do so much weird stuff. In the hope that nobody notices if the instruments are not in tune. But this one, since it's Cat's song, deserves the care and attention to make sure it's just right.
Okay. All right, and I'm stealing the tuner.
Are you? Oh well.
Okay. Here we go. Song by Cat Eggleston, and it has a chorus.
I noticed my
wonderful chorus.
I noticed my pneumatic office chair sank again.
Uh-oh. That'll be fun.
Yes, it will. Since it doesn't get any lower with
We can always swap out office chairs.
Go on.
2, 3, 4. Go to the water, walk down slow, where the rock is battered and the brand shines low, where the sea is rough and the sun burns hotter. To know love, go to the water. You walked through the garden in the early spring, where the wild blossoms are growing big. You pressed that flower in your favorite book. It kept its color, but never bore fruit. Go to the water, walk down the slope, where the rock is battered and branch hangs low, where the sea is rough and the sun burns hotter. To know love, go to the water. Nothing so smooth as the side of a thorn, nothing so calm as the eye of a storm. To young love, nothing so sweet as the sound of a promise no one could keep. Go to the water, walk down the slope, where the rock is battered and the branch hangs low, where the sea is rough and the sun burns hotter. To know love, go to the water. It laughs and shouts when it touches land, and it holds the world like a loving hand. It's a bed of pearls on a moonlit night, full of light, no end in sight. Go to the water. Go to the water, walk down the slope, where the rock is battered and the branch hangs low, where the sea is rough and the sun burns hotter. To know love, go to the water. To know love, go to the water. Oh, yay, Cat Eggleston, for writing such a fabulous song. And of course, the reason we were inspired to have that as the first song of the set was that while we've been choosing nonprofits to share in our donations from each of these live stream concerts while we are able, we've mostly been doing food banks, and we did a voter rights protection at one point, but this time we've moved on to environmental and chose C Media, which is run by a friend in our own hometown of Suquamish,
Disclosure,
Washington.
John is a friend of ours.
Yes, that's right. So a little bit of nepotism there, but it's a very, very, very worthy organization.
Hope you're watching, John. He may be watching. He may be up on his roof cleaning it. We don't know. That was his ongoing project, so we don't know.
And he also requested one of my songs, but we'll do that later in the show, adding into that.
Right now, off to foreign parts again.
What am I playing? Oh, yeah. Yeah, sorry, am I being too smooth?
Not usually something you can be accused of, but yes, today you're being way too smooth.
It's all the velvet fleece you gave.
Hang on a minute, we're going to get a room, not this one.
Okay, we're skipping off to Turkey here.
So you can skip.
Mickey,
I'm
yay.
skipping nowhere. Hi, Mickey.
So glad you're there. Oh, there you are, John. Yay. Yes, it sounds like you guys are having a very, very hot day, and I wish we could invite you all up here to Anchorage because
That's
it's a little
nice.
bit nippy here today. Yeah. The mosquitoes are thick, though, so I don't know. It's all trade-offs, isn't it?
So John's not on his roof unless he's watching up there.
Right. John, if you're watching from your roof, be careful, don't fall off.
And Mickey, I hope you're still in one piece.
And Vandra is here.
Hey,
Yay. And
hey.
yes, we are going to be playing your request, but that's later on. Okay.
Yes, dear. Remind
Turkish
me what timing this is
Black
in again, because I
Sea.
never remember.
This is in 7/8, so if you want to tap your feet to it, listen carefully. You'll get it.
And it's a dance. Good luck.
Okay. of a sea theme here, and in support of sea media today.
Oh, look at this. Yes.
Yeah. But I wanted to thank. I saw a little notification come up there. Thank you to Janie and John Alexander. I hadn't realized when I scooched the donation logo over to that side of the screen that it was going to chop off part of the thing. So I assumed that said Janie and John because it looked like it went off the screen. Thank you so much. That coffee, wait, it's over here now. The coffee logo is just a little fun tag for the screen for donations by way of coffee.com, which you can use them. And especially if you don't like dealing with PayPal, they deal with PayPal for you. So it's very convenient.
And just to remind you, at risk of labouring the point, SEA Media, SEA Media is a really worthwhile cause. Doesn't take advertising, doesn't push anything too hard, but it's a wonderful online magazine full of remarkable stories, great insights, lovely photos, great writing, all very salient to the Salish Sea area. If you don't know where that is, basically it's Seattle, Juan de Fuca Strait, another strait, I can't remember.
Strait of Georgia.
Strait of Georgia, that's right, that's up there. All the way up into Canada. It's a very, very large body of water. It's also a very important body of water. It's a great barometer for what's happening in the environment, and it's really vital, and Sea Media are doing a great job of getting the word out there to people that we really need to look after it. So worth supporting.
And they're expanding on to, John started out just doing underwater video production about environmental issues, and he's taken that ashore and is doing the forests and the
Moon
the
Snails
rivers.
was the last one, which was lovely.
Snails, great.
Anyway.
So here's a song about a river.
No, it's not.
Kupalinka.
Is it about a river?
It's about a
There's a river in it.
festival that happens in Belarus, where there's this tradition of making wreaths of wild rye and casting them. I'm just trying to pick it out of the lyrics here. Casting them onto the river and seeing if they float. This is from some of the reading I did about this tradition. Apparently, this was for young women who were going to get married, and if their wreath floated on down the river, it was an omen of a good marriage coming up, and if it sank, it meant that they should have taken some maritime engineering classes first.
And for those of you that haven't seen us live before, we haven't done this for a while, but I did make a point of telling people when we used to do it a long time ago that in England we cut out the middleman, which in this case would be the rye. They used to chuck the woman in the river, and if she sank she was a witch and she drowned and good riddance, and if she floated... if she sank, that was just bad luck, and she was gone. And
Get your story straight, Mike.
If she was floated, she was a witch, and they burned her at the stake. So either way, she wasn't going to win.
Talk about rock and hard plays.
The Brits are very economical. They don't do it anymore, at least not anywhere I've been. But you never know in England what's going on these days. So,
well, that's a cheery story.
Let's get on and do the song then.
Kupalinka, 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 темная ночка, темная ночка. William wanted to know. Sorry, we can't really keep up with the chat while we're doing this, but I see that William wanted to know if there were any birch trees lurking in that song.
Almost certainly, but they didn't get a mention, did
But they didn't get mentioned.
No.
So I'll try to make up for that with this next song, which is the song that John Williams from C Media requested for this concert, and it's one that I wrote. And it's got both a river and a tree. Now, it doesn't say it's a birch tree.
Well, for William, it could be a birch tree. Let's make it
for
a birch
William,
tree.
for you, it's a birch tree. Okay. Oh, Mickey. What happened to Mickey? Uh-oh.
What?
Uh-oh. Mickey, stop breaking bones.
Oh, not again. Mickey, you haven't. She's
meant fast.
Mickey, you take the crown. I thought I was
He thought he was the best one breaking bones.
the best bone breaker in the world, but you have me completely smashed to pieces, literally. So we'll talk, Mickey. You and I will talk.
Okay. So back to this river. And this was, speaking of Mickey, this was one that Mickey actually encouraged me to enter in the Tumbleweed songwriting competition last year, which was the first time I had ever gotten brave enough to enter a songwriting competition, and that was thanks to Mickey's encouragement. And it actually placed as a finalist, so yay. So now that I've raised your expectations, don't, I mean, this is just a song I wrote. I don't even know what it's about, okay? If I were a stone in a desert where the rain never fell, I'd stand alone, solid and unchanging as the ages passed me by, warmed by the sun or whipped by bitter wind. I'd never know if I were a stone, self-content and self-sufficient, no ambition, no glory, no pain. But I am a river, never choosing my own course, though I create it as I go. I am a river, and though I don't know where I'm running, I rush headlong down from the mountain. I am a river, and all I know for certain is that always lead to the sea. I were a tree, I would know that where I stand is where I'd stay. I'd win my place by fighting for every ray of light and every inch of soil. I'd reach for the sky, overshadow all below me in my prime, till my seedlings in time would consume me and replace me when I fell. And if I were the wind, blowing freely through my lifetime, no restrictions or guidelines to moderate my rages and whims, the sound of my own voice would keep me from hearing the cries of those I'd battered down and left behind, if I were the wind. But I am a river, never choosing my own course, though I create it as I go. I am a river, and though I don't know where I'm running, I rush headlong down from the mountains. I am a river, and all I know for certain is that always lead to the sea. The ocean at the end of all my traveling and tumbling down, Will I lie easy then? Something tells me in my restlessness and yearning I'll be tossing and turning till my waves break into spring and I can rain down on that mountain top again. So thanks for asking for that, John. That's a song that I wrote quite a few years ago, but I still enjoy playing it. It's still a challenge.
I'm about to grow in stature.
Oh.
Or maybe not. Oh yes, did I? I think so.
Can't tell. Don't bash the Mando while you're doing that.
I think I did. I'll tell you what. Let's do this properly.
The technical adjustments. This is what we get for using a
Nope.
repaired office chair.
How's it's going to get? Yeah, repaired by me. It's so-called repaired.
Which means it looked great at the time.
Right, checking tuning.
Yeah, I can't trust me because I mean that B string again.
Tell
right?
the nice people about Pat then.
Oh, okay. We're going to do a couple more numbers before we take a little break. We've never actually tried this, having an intermission in a live stream thing.
It's only
before,
5 minutes, don't get excited.
That's right. 5 minutes, just enough to stretch your legs. But we figure it's so hot where an awful lot of you are that you don't want to go out anywhere anyway. So maybe we've got a captive audience again. That'd be fun. Anyway, it's yeah, we're going back over to Ireland for these last two things that we're doing in this set. And the first one is a favorite of ours. We've played it quite a bit, but it's such a fun song, and we learned it from our friend Iona Ritchie. And I'd heard it many times before, but it was Iona's version of it that really inspired me to take it up and play it. Colin says the hydraulics are busted. Diagnostics. Good job. Okay.
Are you talking about me or the chair?
Probably you.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Colin.
Okay.
So,
So,
Pat came over the hill.
yeah. Okay. And it's got a chorus. Yay!
Oh, joy.
So do all sing along. And I don't think there's even any... not really any words to the chorus, are there? So just, you know, sing along whatever words you like. Okay. There it is. Helps to start in the right key. Okay. When Pat came over the hill, his calling fair to see, a whistling low but shrill, his signal was to be, Mary, listen now, there is somebody whistling sure. Mother, it's just the wind, you know, that's whistling through the door. With me, fa-da-da-la-ra-la, me fa-da-da-la-ra-lay, with me, fa-da-da-la-ra-la, right, fa-da-da-la-ra-lay. I've lived a long time, Mary, in this old house, my dear, but the door to whistle like that I never yet did hear. But mother, you know the fiddle, it hangs so close beside the chink, and the wind upon its strings is playing that tune, I think. With me, fa-da-da-la-ra-la, me fa-da-da-la-ra-lay, with me, fa-da-da-la-ra-la, right, fa-da-da-la-ra-lay. The dog is barking now, sure the fiddle can't play that tune. Mother, you know they say dogs bark when they see the moon. But how could he see the moon, me girl, when he is old and blind? Blind dogs don't bark at the moon, nor fiddles don't play with the wind. With me, fa-da-da-la-ra-la, me fa-da-da-la-ra-lay, with me, fa-da-da-la-ra-la, right, fa-da-da-la-ra-lay. And now I hear a pig uneasy in his mind. But mother, you know they say that pigs can see the wind. That's true enough by day, me girl, but I'm sure you may remark that a pig no more than we can see anything in the dark. With me, fa-da-da-la-ra-la, me fa-da-da-la-ra-lay, with me, fa-da-da-la-ra-la, right, fa-da-da-la-ra-lay. I'm not such a fool as you think. I know very well it's Pat. I go home, you whistling thief, and you get away to that, and you get into bed, me girl. Don't play upon me your jeers, for I may have lost me sight, but I haven't lost me ears. With me, fa-da-da-la-ra-la, me fa-da-da-la-ra-lay, with me, fa-da-da-la-ra-la, right, fa-da-da-la-ra-lay. So lads, when courting going, for your sweetheart's sake, make sure not to whistle too loud, in case the old woman might never can. I came to know the difference between a fiddle, a dog, and a man. With me, fall da da la la la, me fall da da la la lay. With me, fall da da la la la, right fall da da la la lay. With me, fall da da la la la, me fall da da la la lay. With me, fall da da la 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 la, right fall da da la la lay.
The last tune being?
Oh, the last tune was Calliope House.
Was indeed.
Yes, which I should have looked up and written down the name of the guy who wrote it. But he's from the Boys of the Loch, right?
I don't know. Probably is. Yeah.
William, you can look it up for us and tell the nice people. It's so nice having friends in the chat there. We are going to do one more song, and then we're just going to take a little 4 or 5 minute break.
Actually, I'll correct you on that.
And say we're going to do a tune
It's one of
because
my
there's
pet
no
peeves.
song in
Yes.
it. I was forgetting that it was just 2 minutes.
One of my
It's only 2 minutes.
I have many pet peeves since coming to America. One of which is that nobody seems to know the difference between a song and a tune. And I hear lots of things introduced as songs, and they have 10-minute introductions with no words in, and then they finish. And I'm thinking, okay, that was a tune. So here's a pair of tunes.
Oh, and Chris Spencer says, welcome back, and it's good to see you again.
Speaking of which, we haven't seen you for a while, have we, Chris?
No, we haven't. We're going to have to fix that soon.
We are definitely going to have to fix that.
And in case we haven't mentioned it, I'm pretty sure we haven't, we are going to have a little visiting opportunity after the concert as well. So after another set, we're going to open up a Zoom room for anybody in the audience who wants to hang out afterwards and chat with us backstage.
Don't come if you don't want to. We won't take it personally.
Yeah.
See if we care.
And as
We
far
don't
as-
care. We're not bothered. If you don't want to talk to us, no skin off our noses.
As far as I know, you don't have to have any kind of a Zoom account to get into that. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. But
No, I think you just log in.
click the link and go.
Although, do you have to be let in?
Yes.
Tanya has to let you in, so you better behave yourself, otherwise you might get locked out. So again, we are going back to some stuff we haven't done for a long time. This is another very, very early one, which wasn't ever supposed to be a waltz, but it kind of turned into one.
Yeah, you know, there are some ancient links in some of the Irish tunes. I kept finding out as I researched Irish tunes that some of them really do date back to very early, or at least Baroque music. And as I have come to suspect in this tune that there might well be a link between this jig and some old waltzy type harp tune, because it sure sounded good when we played it slow.
So it starts off as a waltz, turns into a jig, and ends up as a jog, I think. We'll see. Short intermission. 5 minutes. Well, folks, only Tania could think that 3.5 minutes was long enough to order a pizza, eat it, go and check that her mum was okay, have a bathroom break, get back down here and check the tuning.
Poor Mike.
And be ready for
There's
this.
stairs between here and everything else.
Oh well.
For those who might be curious about our setting here, if we were to actually try to meet backstage, we'd be in the utility room. So when we say backstage, that's why I put it in quotation marks. It's not really backstage.
And I will, before we pack all this away, I will take a picture of it all because it's become a bit of it kind of looks like a bit like a mad electronic scientist's lab in here.
That's
right
because
now.
I wired it.
You can't see it, but we're sitting here looking at this array of. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 displays, and okay.
Screens, and more screens. But we know you're over there, so that's where we keep looking. But if we want to read your chat, we're down here. So, well. But we're back, not to comment on our tech stuff, but to play some music for you. And we're really, really glad that you're all here. And whoever all of you is, because we don't know who all is listening, those of you who have contributed to the chat, we really appreciate that, because that's the only clue we get.
We do get some stealth watchers, and we know we get stealth watchers.
Yeah. But, as I said, there will be a link posted at the end of the concert that will take you straight over to a Zoom room so we can visit with you in person. Or face-to-face anyway, however we say.
And you can be stealth in the Zoom room too.
That's true. We have friends who sign in and never turn on their camera, but yeah, they're there. We like hearing them. We like hearing them. And we're starting this off.
Something else of it. This is turning into Tania Fest. Looks another one of yours.
It is.
Yeah.
I wrote a tune. So here's one tune that I wrote in an Irish jig style, and then 2 actual Irish jigs to try to lend it a little bit of authenticity. It'll give it back, don't worry. Is that right?
Sounds vaguely A
That's
minorish.
2, 3, 4. to the seas and oceans theme, wasn't it?
Yes, indeed.
With the middle tune being out on the ocean, and the third tune was the ships in full sail. But that wasn't why we put it in the set. We put that in the set because last month when I tried doing a solo live stream, I tried to do that set of tunes on my own, and something went crazy with the live stream. So if you were here last month, there was that bit where I went in slow motion until it all caught up with the streaming and went out to you at
I watched it. It was great fun.
That was that set of tunes. So, and since we have these instruments,
from the ocean to the prairie, I guess.
Yeah, we'll break away from that sea theme and get right into cowboy music.
And did we once know who wrote this?
Yes, Michael Burton.
Michael Burton. Okay.
Who I believe, from what I've heard, is a cowboy poet, famous on the cowboy poetry circuit.
There's a cowboy poetry circuit. Of course there is. I bet Amanda.
You find this funny?
I bet Amanda Gorman's not a member, is she? Well, okay, and surprise, surprise, it's got a very nice chorus.
Yes.
With lots of space for harmonies.
Mm-hmm. So do sing along.
Ah, you're right then.
Yeah. Last night I was out riding on the graveyard shift, midnight till dawn. The moon was as bright as a reading light for a letter from an old friend back home. He asked me, why do you ride for the money? Why do you rope for short pay? You ain't getting nowhere and you're losing your share. Ah, you must have gone crazy out there. He said last time you ran into Jenny, she was married and she had a good life. Boy, you sure missed the track when you never came back. She's a perfect professional's wife. She asked me, why does he ride for the money? Why does he rope for short pay? He ain't getting nowhere and he's losing his share. He must have gone crazy out there. But then they've never seen the northern lights, never seen a hawk on the wing, never felt the spring touch the great divide, and they never heard no camp cookie sing. Well, I read up the last of my letter, and I tore off the stamp for old Jim. Then when Billy rode up to relieve me, he just looked at my letter and grinned. He asked me, why do we ride for the money? Why do we rope for short pay? We ain't getting nowhere, losing our share. Ah, we must all be crazy out here. But then they've never seen the northern lights, never seen a hawk on the wing, never felt the spring touch the great divide, and they never heard no camp cookie sing.
Yeehaw.
Michael Burton song, which, who did I pick that up from?
Could have been.
Probably
Anybody?
Probably T.R. Stewart or one of the other folks who used to sing at the Victory Music open mic down in Tacoma. Met so many of the people we still know and are influenced by. Or I am anyway.
Was that the one that Percy Hylo said he liked? That was one of his very early experiences as well, I think.
Could be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where you got it is anybody's guess.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. You're talking about that gold mining song.
Oh, that was a gold mining one,
Days,
same
few
thing.
days.
Cowboys,
Gold miners, whatever.
Yeah, same difference. Okay, to France.
Oh, yes.
Where'd you get
We
these
are
from?
French. We are French. I must have heard Felicia playing them, and I know Felicia and William still do a fabulous arrangement of these same two tunes.
Do they?
Yes. That's William Pint and Felicia Dale, if any of you aren't familiar. They've been doing live stream shows on a far more regular basis than we have. And
Too much time on their hands, those guys.
not right now, because they're busy producing festival videos, including one that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for Tumbleweed Festival. Tumbleweed Virtual Music Festival, I think they're calling it now.
And of course Tumbleweed's coming up because Mickey always has to break a bone for Tumbleweed. It just occurred to me that the timing is just perfect, Mickey.
So yes, these are Breton tunes.
If anybody watching is not familiar with Tumbleweed, it's a great festival in a park down in the Tri-Cities in Washington State, but of course it's not going to be in a park this year. I believe it's virtual again. We're playing a set, are we not?
We're playing a set.
William and
Better
Felicia
get on
will
that.
be playing a set. Les Fantastic Fantabulous Strumpettes will be playing a set.
That's our hurdy-gurdy duo.
And lots of other great people will be playing sets, and it's online, and all you have to do is Google Tumbleweed and go find it. And is it August? I don't know, you'll find it. Go
maybe.
Google it.
If there's anybody still
Mickey
on,
might
is
chip
anybody
in and
still
tell
in
us when it is. Mickey might remember when it is.
Yes, if Mickey's still online, you can post the date on there. Okay.
So, Andros.
Yes, Andros.
Tania will be multi-instrumental. You ready?
And you will start. Thank you, William. Of course, I should have remembered that we didn't need to remember the exact date for Tumbleweed Festival. It's Labor Day weekend. So,
Of course it
is. So look up Tumbleweed Virtual Music Festival on Labor Day weekend and you'll be able to catch everybody.
Oh,
Well,
off to Suquamish.
And getting back to connections with C Media, our chosen non-profit this month to share the
Well, hopefully,
tips you send in.
hopefully it might be profit this week. We never know. With a bit of help from you guys, you're not going to turn a profit, but you'll certainly get some much needed funds, which would be certainly very welcome. So back to Suquamish, which, for those of you that don't know, is the Indian reservation, which is actually Port Madison Reservation. Suquamish is the tribe.
And the town.
And the town where we actually are supposed to live.
Yeah, that's a nice theory.
We haven't seen it for, well, I saw it briefly for 3 weeks last month on a whistle-stop tour to go and check everything was okay, but we actually haven't seen it probably for some considerable time. We're still refugees up here in Anchorage. But this is a song written by a very dear friend of ours, Susan Welsh, who is one of the many supremely talented songwriters.
Yes, and Suquamish is where C Media is based. This is in standard tuning, isn't it?
Probably. Did you just detune it?
That wouldn't have worked out well.
No,
That
it
was
would
not
have
going
been
to end
very
well.
interesting. Close, very close.
Okay. Spotting the booby traps on the way through.
It's good.
There we go. Camellias bloom in January here on hallowed ground. I have found a sanctuary here on hallowed ground. I wagered everything I had on a dream. Now it's coming round. And the race we run is of courage and agility. Here on hallowed ground. Dark horse moves in the lead here on hallowed ground. I hold the reins and I can barely believe here on hallowed ground. But when I go to where the great chieftain's buried, I give thanks that he chose peace. And the path we walk is of courage and nobility. Here on hallowed ground. Everyone has a story to tell here on hallowed ground. And you have a story as well here on hallowed ground. When I go to where the circle is gathered with compassion and humanity, the songs we sing are of courage and humility. Here on hallowed ground. path we walk is of courage and nobility. Here on hallowed ground. Susan Welch, good friend of ours back in Suquamish.
And we also haven't seen for ages. Well, another song we used to do right back to the time pretty much when we first met. We were doing this when we met.
Because I was singing this before I met you.
And this gave me the chance to make my world debut playing a Chinese temple bell solo.
Which you don't have with you.
And the Chinese temple bells are down in Suquamish or somewhere. And so I don't have them, so I don't get a chance to do that this time, which is probably a good thing. I was going to go raid the kitchen and see if I could find something that would work as a substitute for Chinese temple bells, but
spoons, pan lids, all sorts of good things.
Didn't get the time, so yeah, Chinese pan lids could have been quite. If they'd been in wok lids might have worked.
Yeah.
Those days, those probably are the current Chinese temple bells anyway. Wok lids. Wow.
Okay.
Well done. Yeah.
So you're going to need one of those, right?
Yeah.
This is the song Vondra asked for last month when we were. Oh, right. Sorry, I'm not going to try to catch up.
And Vondra always gets what Vondra wants, so.
What Vondra asks for, that's right. Besides requests for things we actually know. Yay! It's a song in Scots Gaelic, and what do I know about it? I know that the title Himina Morvana means I see the great mountains. I know that the lyrics are all about coming home to Scotland after having been away for a long time and really missing the place, coming in across the sea, and finally spotting these mist-covered mountains rising up in the distance. And I know that one of the lines in the song is, "There I shall be greeted," in a language which I understand, which I thought was perfect since I really don't understand more than a single word in this whole song. So.
But it's a very sweet song, and it's got a chorus.
Yes, and if there are any native Scots Gaelic speakers out there, or well-educated Scots Gaelic speakers out there...
I wouldn't put it past Ria to know Scots Gaelic backwards and forwards in any other direction.
To finish my sentence.
Carry on.
Forgive me. na. Oh, himina korchen, himina skoren, for jou. Fade to end.
Fade to end. That was, of course, the old medieval tune Nonsuch, which some claim, wasn't it? Some claim Henry VIII wrote, but I don't think there's any actual proof of it.
No,
it's probably someone in the battlefield band again, for all we know.
probably. I'm going to reach behind you.
And it's as good a time as any to mention that that's on an album, because
remember CDs? We still have
tradition
CDs.
of marketing geniuses. We have CDs, we have they're available for download too, and that one actually featured on the first of the two CDs we did for the great, wonderful person and great writer Anne McCaffrey. Mm-hmm. It's on the first of the two Master Harper of Pern related CDs that we released.
Yeah. And if you're more interested in MP3s than CDs, the McCaffrey CDs are actually available in that little shop that we set up on coffee.com. So that's a good place to look for those. We have other stuff
available as MP3s, or hopefully high quality WAV or proper decent.
I think they only had it set up for MP3. Sorry.
Oh well, certainly perfectly listenable anyway.
Can I use that capo?
Yes. Is this a song you got from Kat again?
This is not one of Kat Eggleston's songs that she wrote.
She modified it somewhat.
She's a genius at adapting material as well. So we played with her one St. Patrick's Day when William and Felicia were out of town, and we got Kat and was it Wally that first time to come and play with us?
Well, what actually happened was we used to play a gig in Seattle at FX McCrory's. Yes, it was McCrory's, wasn't it? No.
Originally,
the old one was McCrory's. What was the one we used to play at?
the one before you joined us, we were at Bellevue Jakes.
Right.
Oh boy, this is a history lesson.
No, we're not going to go there. But was it McCrory's that we played at?
Yes.
Right, because I forget which one it was. Anyway, biggest Irish pub pretty much anywhere that I've ever seen. And we used to do 12 hours on Paddy's Day, 12 hours solid with 10-minute breaks in which a bunch of bagpipers came and played, which was wonderful. And one year they said, can you do 16 hours? And the stupid ones in the band, namely Tania and I, said, yeah, sure. The stupid broke ones that needed the money. The smart ones in the band, namely William and Felicia, said, no, we'll do our usual 12, but bugger if we're going to do the other 4, so get some other mugs to do it. And we tried and tried and tried and tried, and we could not find anyone who was going to be doing those early 4 hours on Paddy's Day until I thought, OK, let's scrape the bottom of the barrel. We'll see if Cat Eggleston and John Daly might want to make up the band for those 4 hours. And they did, which was an absolute delight. And of course, they weren't the bottom of the barrel. They were our absolute prime first choices. But anyway, we went on for the first 4 hours as the bottom of the barrel band. And I believe this is where we got that because Cat did this particular song.
Something like that.
By
Michael Smith.
Michael Smith, who wrote The Dutchman. He's more famous for that than this, but this is another one of his.
Yeah. What Cat did with this stroke of genius was she combined it with this great Irish fiddle tune, which when I realized that although the song has choruses, they are not audience-friendly
Not
choruses.
chorus-friendly at all.
So I took Cat's arrangement with the tune in it and made the tune the chorus. So, first chorus and second chorus go together like you only take them half at a time in their choruses. The first and second chorus together go like this. Yum ba dum ba diddle dee di yum ba dum ba di diddle dee yum ba dum ba diddle dee di diddle dee di dee da dee da dee yum ba dum ba diddle dee di yum ba dum ba di diddle dee yum ba dum ba diddle dee di diddle dee di dee da dee da dee yum ba dum ba di dee da dee yum ba dum ba di dee da dee yum riddle dee diddle dee di dee diddle dee di dee da dee da dee yum ba dum ba di dee da dee yum ba dum ba di dee da dee yum riddle dee diddle dee di dee diddle dee di dee da dee da. Remember that for later. One day a lovely princess went walking through the bog on a slab of peat. Whom should she meet but Fred, the talking frog? He said, top of the morning to you, miss. Hello, hello, cried he. I'd be pleased to know if you'd stop a mo and listen close to me. You see, I've been bewitched, and I need a royal miss, such as your lovely self, to give me ugly mug a kiss. Such a metamorphosis will then ensue, I'll tell you true, for I'm really a former prince, and I'll straightway marry you to me rightful Johnny Godero, higgledy-piggledy, down and around to me high-low, harum-scarum, riding a white horse to Banbury Town, to me toady, it's Truman Capote, he's going to Sligo with Molly O'Shea, to dance to the sea with a bright cup of tea on a bleary Sunday morning. First chorus, yum-ba-dum-ba-diddle-dee-di-dee, yum-ba-dum-ba-diddle-dee, yum-ba-dum-ba-diddle-dee-di, diddle-dee-di-dee, yum-ba-dum-ba-diddle-dee-di, yum-ba-dum-ba-diddle-dee, I've heard that song and that dance before, said the princess, and it's fine, but if it's a kiss you want, chances are you'll have to stand in line. There's frogs outside my father's castle. There's frogs in the royal hall. Frogs are jumping up the chimney. Frogs are hopping off the wall. There's frogs a-floating in the moat, up the stair and off the shelf. If I had to kiss every one of you, Jesus, I'd have no time for myself. So let's make it quick, for late now stands the hour. I'm due for an evening shift of pining in the tower. To me rightful Johnny Godero, higgledy-piggledy, down and around. To me high-low, harum-scarum, riding a white horse to Cranberry Town. To me toady, it's Truman Capote, Faith and Bigorra, it's Maureen O'Hara. They're going to Sligo and Molly O'Shea, to dance to the sea with a bright cup of tea on a bleary Sunday morning. Second chorus, yum-ba-dum-ba-dee-dee-da-dee, yum-ba-dum-ba-dee-dee-da-dee, yum. Kiss him when Mrs. Frog came hopping by and said, Fred, you're late for supper. "Coming, dear," was his reply. "You mean he's not bewitched?" the princess said. "Yeah, just odd," said Mrs. Frog. "And into kissing princesses that he meets upon the bog. Though I love my Fred, I fear he chafes at family ties. I'd invite you home for supper, my dear, but we only have 2 flies. It's good you didn't kiss him, though. This was your lucky day. Before I kissed Fred, I was a princess too. That's how I got this way. To be rightful, rightful, Johnny Gadara, higgledy-piggledy, down and around. To me, high-low, harum-scarum, riding a white horse to Strawberry Town. To me, toady, toady, it's Jimmy Capote. Faith and Bigorra, it's Maureen O'Hara. Hark to the herald, it's Barry Fitzgerald. They're going to Sligo and Molly O'Shea to dance to the sea with a bright cup of tea on a every Sunday morning. To me, toady, toady, it's Jimmy Capote. Faith and Bigorra, it's Maureen O'Hara. Hark to the herald, it's Barry Fitzgerald. All in a Volkswagen with Victor McLaughlin. They're going to Sligo with Molly O'Shea to dance to the sea on an LSD Timothy O'Leary Sunday morning.
So there.
Hey, I remembered it all. I just realized that was the first time I've sung through the whole song in about 2 years. More Brave and Stupid Feats by Tania Opland. Now,
Well.
I believe we're down to one more tune.
tune.
It's actually 3 tunes.
Yes, it is.
You want that? Yeah, without my nails going all over it. No, you've got to
You
pick
don't- you
already.
want this.
I know, I was going to hold it for you.
That's all right.
That's okay. He
Well,
likes to juggle.
I got it.
As soon as we finish this tune, I will be posting a link for our little Zoom chat room. If any of you want to chat with us, with each other, it's just nice to see your faces. We really miss being able to see the people we're playing for.
What?
You just got a pick stuck in your strings. That might.
It's nearly as good as Boris Johnson. That wow, excellent.
Okay.
I thought you twiddled some knobs again.
And again, C Media. We're sharing proceeds from your donations with C Media, which is a wonderful organization spreading great stories and videos and pictures all about our natural world and our interconnectedness
Poetry,
with
don't
it.
forget the poetry.
And the poetry.
All kinds of
Poetry,
stuff
everything.
appears on that. It's great.
C Media is a very perfect description for it because it's every type of media. All right. And we are going to finish off with a set of tunes.
Another oldie but goodie.
Doing absolutely for ages, but
we haven't done for ages. So.
one of the fun things about this live streaming is that instead of working up a set and then going out and touring it around, what we're doing is we're going through all the oldies but goodies in our repertoire and trying to pick different things each time because we hope you'll all keep coming back to see all the different stuff we're going to do.
And it's actually, looking on the positive side, it has made a real change because for the last 18 months, 2 years now, we haven't had to go into 3,000 seat theatres and 60,000 seat crowded stadiums and go, "Hey, are you ready to rock and roll? It's great to be here in..." Where are we? Because we actually know where we are constantly. So it's been a nice... Well, we'd love to get back to that. You know, if any stadiums or 3,000 or 4,000 seat theatres are available and want to
But
book.
meanwhile, here in theatre, what do you call this one?
Oh, the Anchorage Empire.
Yes, the Anchorage Empire.
This is the Anchorage Empire. We're coming live to you from the Anchorage Empire today.
And here's a set of tunes called the Grand Hornpipe, the Fisher's Hornpipe, and the Dulcimer Reel, which
And
is,
you're on
I
your
think
own,
the
kid.
first 2 are traditional, but the third one was written by Paul Van Arsdale. Now let's see. First note was way up there.
That's good. That's
Got it. This is a hammered dulcimer, if any of you hadn't seen one of these before, and it's got lots of strings on it, so I'm just getting myself settled here. Okay. Ready? Oh, you don't start with
No, I
me.
don't. I'm ready.
Okay. It's a reach. Wait, take 2. I've just rewritten this bit. Okay. Nope, that's not. Take 3, take 3. This is just like my rehearsals. Okay. Only you're all out there. Good. thank you. Hope to see you over on Zoom. We'll get backstage now.
Thank you so much for coming. And yeah, we're off back to the green room. I'm going to go make us some coffee, I think.
Coffee or tea, so you're going to leave me to set it up.
You can talk to the nice people for a minute.
Don't worry if I'm not there right away, but wait. I'll tell you what. We'll say goodbye, and then I'll post the Zoom link.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Good
thank you. Bye.